Onix boasts one of the highest baseline defense stats in its tier, but its dual rock and ground typing leaves it highly vulnerable. To solve that weakness to common water and grass attacks, we can upgrade its outer shell into the much stronger steel type, Steelix. In this guide, we are going to execute the exact steps required to trigger this evolution, secure your Pokémon safely back to your own cartridge, and eventually prepare it for Mega Evolution. You will need 3 things to make this happen: a specific held item called a metal coat, a connection method, whether that's a physical link cable or the internet, and most importantly, a trading partner you actually trust. This method works across the mainline series from Generation 2 through Generation 8. Just note that it will fail in the Let's Go games, simply because Steelix is not included in that specific Pokédex. Step 1 is actually securing an Onix. You can reliably catch one in the wild by exploring iconic locations like Rock Tunnel or the depths of Victory Road. Once Onix is in your party, you need the catalyst. Unlike Pokémon that evolve by hitting a certain level, Onix requires a dedicated hardware item to mutate, the metal coat. This infographic maps out guaranteed metal coat locations, like New Malville or the Pokéball Factory. If you used your drop, farm wild Magnemite, Skarmory, or Bronzor. You don't even need Pokeballs. Teach a Pokémon thief to strip the item directly mid-battle. Here is where many players make a critical mistake. If you try to select Use on the metal coat, like you would with a Firestone, it will do nothing. Instead, you must select Give, which explicitly hands the item over to Onix to hold onto. You should always check Onix's summary screen. If you see a small item icon resting next to its sprite, your setup is complete. The physical equipment of the metal coat is the non-negotiable trigger for this entire process. With it equipped, we are ready for the handshake protocol. Now it is time to establish a connection with your trading partner or a secondary console. Trade evolutions carry an inherent risk because the transformation happens on the recipient's hardware, not yours. This is why self-trading or using a highly trusted partner is mandatory. Depending on your generation, head to the second floor of any Pokémon Center to enter the trading room, or boot up the player's search system on your bottom screen. Once the trade menu opens, select Onix from your party list, lock in your offer, and have your partner confirm the exchange on their end. During the data transfer, the game code checks the incoming Pokémon. When it registers Onix arriving while holding the metal coat, it preps the evolution trigger. The precise moment the trade completes on the receiving screen, the digital evolution mechanism forcibly activates, initiating an irreversible transformation sequence. Warn your partner to keep their hands off the buttons. Pressing B normally cancels evolutions, but trade evolutions are unskippable. Just let the animation run its full course. As soon as the prompt confirms Steelix has been registered in their Pokédex, have your partner selected and initiate a second trade to send it right back. Completing this full trade back cycle is the only way to secure the newly evolved Pokémon safely in your own party. For players on Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, evolving Steelix initiates a new post-game objective, tracking down its specific Megastone. You need to extract the Steelixite from deep within Granitave, but you cannot simply walk there. You must equip the Mach Bike to bypass the crumbling floor hazards. Head down to floor B2F. Maintain top speed on your Mach Bike, banking precisely over the cracked tiles until you reach the lone, solid rock in the center of the cavern. Hand that newly acquired stone to your Steelix, and it gains the ability to shift into Mega Steelix during active combat. Open your party menu and check the summary screen to verify your hardware received the Steelix intact. You now have a massive, imposing physical tank that can launch devastating strikes like Earthquake and Iron Tail. However, competitive players often utilize an entirely different strategy. You can skip this evolution protocol entirely and equip a base Onix with an item called the Eviolite. This chart compares an Eviolite-equipped Onix against Steelix's baseline stats. By multiplying the defensive stats of an unevolved Pokémon by 1.5, the Eviolite actually pushes Onix's bulk slightly higher than Steelix's, while allowing it to retain its naturally higher speed. Evaluate your team's composition. If you need raw offensive power and steel-type resistances, run the trade protocol. But if your team requires a fast, physical wall to stall out opponents, keeping that Onix exactly as it is might be your optimal play.